Whether you're going through one or have already been through one, divorce can be tricky during the holidays.
If you want to keep the season stress and drama free, it's best to go into those family gatherings prepared and with a plan. So joining us on the couch this morning with some tips on how to deal with divorce during the holidays is local certified life and divorce coach Lara Brenstrom. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is a tough time of year for families. Yeah, either you're in the beginning stages, maybe this is your first holiday season after having separated, or you've done it before and it didn't go well. What are some of the common missteps that you tend to run into this time of year?
Failing to prepare. I think you can forecast, you have a plan. If you have children, you have a shared custody agreement. If you're new into divorce, some people don't know what that looks like, so they have to go back, look at their papers and figure out what rules they're supposed to be following. There's a lot of questions on when do I transfer the kids, etc. Preparing and being kind, kind of approaching the holidays with grace, if you will. Getting back to what you guys were saying, creating memories. Like, these are the memories that your family is still creating. You're going to carry on some of those traditions. You're going to change some of them.
Yeah.
So really lean into what that looks like for you now. Be kind. Don't be a jerk.
That can be, I think,
some patience can go a long
really
way.
Touch a nerve for some folks, especially if you have a holiday tradition. You've done this years and years and years on this day, or every Christmas we always do this thing. How do you approach changing some of those traditions so that they can fit your changing family dynamic?
Open mindset. Just if you embrace new, start to listen to your family's going to give you cues. You know, if you did something and all of a sudden you're doing it in a different house and slightly tweak who's around, if you listen to the people around you, they're going to let you know, like, we always hated that anyway. Like, really didn't like doing that. Like, could we stop the pajama thing and maybe do something else? Like, it's really an opportunity to grow as opposed to thinking of it as something that's going to shrink you. Think of it as something that's going to expand you. You're going to change. You're going to grow with it. Your family's going to move along with you. If they want something brought in, they'll do it twice. They'll do it in 2 different households. They'll be flexible.
That makes sense. When you say be kind, what does that look like? And I know that's kind of an interesting question when it's like, oh, well, you're just nice to somebody.
Yeah.
But I mean, how much of that is being kind to yourself and you're into this type of transition?
Huge.
Yeah.
I think if you are not taking care of you, you can't show up for everybody here.
Yeah.
So first and foremost is some self-care. And what does that look like? You know, most of us know what we need to do to calm ourselves down. Pacific Northwest, we all own the gear. Get outside, get fresh air, take a break. The holidays can be stressful. Breathe.
Yeah.
Just really take care of yourself. We all know what that looks like for us. But I have never had a client that I haven't been like, get outside, walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go walk. Whether it's around the block, whether it's a hike, we have great places to go here. Like I said, we own, if it's pouring down rain, put on more clothes, just breathe.
Go clear your head.
And that's huge, because if you're not showing up for yourself, you're not showing up for your family.
Yeah.
How do you have some of those conversations with your kids? I know it's very different depending on, the ages of the kiddos involved, but that first Christmas in 2 places can be stressful.
Be really honest.
Yeah.
I really encourage my clients to show up authentically with their kids. That doesn't mean you have to give them everything. Like, too much is too much. But saying to them, this is new for me. I'm going to have a hard time with this. I'm not really sure what this is going to look like. Do you have any ideas? You know, if they're super little, just make it natural.
Yeah.
Just
they pick up on
go with your gut.
pretty much everything, though.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's true.
I always say what you do is much louder than what you say.
Yeah, that makes a lot of
So
sense.
show up, like you said, show up for yourself, and then show up for your kids and your family, but be real about it. Be honest. Like, hey, this kind of isn't great, and I'm having a hard time with it.
So when we talk about making a plan, is that something that you can help with? If somebody reaches out to you, is that where you can kind of come in as that divorce and life coach to be able to guide somebody through that process?
Absolutely. And some of the conversations are really hard, and some of the communication is very hard. So I really encourage people to step away from all the text messaging and the tension and step back to, like, ask the question, be brief, be informative, be friendly, and move on.
Yeah.
And having that third party where the emotions aren't running quite so high for them can be helpful.
And if it's sticky and they need to reach back to their attorney to really understand, like, what their parenting agreements look like, do that. Like, let's get them on the phone. Let's make sure that you're following those directions. And then if somebody shows up an hour late,
Right.
Breathe. It's 1 hour of your life.
Right.
Don't let it ruin your whole day.
Sure.
Like there's gonna be missteps. It's not gonna go like you hoped it went, but that's normal. That's a family thing.
Right.
Like there's always stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
Good things to keep in mind as you have those chats this week and finalize those plans for next weekend. Certified Life and Divorce Coach Lara Brunstrom, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Some good advice. And if you're interested in some personal or divorce coaching, you can check out her website at sterlingfirecoaching.com.
All right, it's 8:43.